My name is Zan Roman. I'm a senior environmental planner with the environmental services team. Out here at LBCAMS, I'm responsible for maintaining the mitigation requirements over the next 7 years, and we're ensuring that the site meets its water quality, hydrologic, and habitat functions. So we do that by monitoring vegetation. We do that by measuring the water table on site, and we have other functions and values that we check over time. LBCAM's primary goal is to ensure no net loss from public works transportation projects in the region. This is really important because oftentimes those projects like road widenings, bridge installations, impact streams and wetlands to some extent, but it's very difficult to mitigate for those impacts on site. So what LBCAMS does is it gives an opportunity to holistically, at a larger scale, improve water quality, hydrology, and habitat functions, a large, rare wetland that can sufficiently offset those smaller impacts throughout the region. The Little Bear Creek supports salmon, and so it's really important at LBCAMS that we have provided riparian habitat to add not only water quality filtration from slowing surface water runoff, but providing shade and other inputs to support salmon and fish habitat. Historically, LBCAMS was a homestead that supported several houses and structures on site, a lot of impervious surfaces, and animals as well. We've restored the area by removing structures and other buildings, by replanting with native wetland species and ensuring that wetland hydrology is present through minor grading throughout the site. We're able to protect the water expressing from the hill slope down to the salmon habitat. LBCAMS is essentially a large water filtration system with over 22,000 native plants installed on site during construction. What happens is water flows from the hill slope from a naturally expressed seep through the site, and the more plants that we have on site, the slower the water flows, allowing for more filtration of nutrients and other pollutants on the surface. This is important because Little Bear Creek is directly downstream of our site, and it receives waters that would otherwise impact native salmon species. In addition to planting the 22,000 plants, we've also installed about a dozen seasonally depressional wetland areas. This is great amphibian habitat because it provides a nesting area for these frogs to spawn and lay their eggs. We also have large woody debris piles, which act as habitat for terrestrial species and helping those species get established on site. Because after the initial construction, the area was completely cleared. We had to do a complete reset. We graded the area so that hydrology would be closer to the surface to support wetland plants that thrive in aquatic environments. The goal of this site is to be a high-functioning wetland. By doing so, we're creating 108 mitigation credits, which can be used to count towards the impacts that occur from transportation projects that are really needed in our area. These can be road widening projects, roundabout projects, or bridge projects. And it's often difficult to permit those projects when mitigation comes into play because our watershed is so highly developed that a resource like LBCAMS, where we have 17 acres of protected, high-functioning land, is a really rare thing to find. In the next 25 years, we hope that LBCAMS will serve as a model for other counties and ourselves to continue to create these large mitigation sites to pull from. Not only are they super efficient for permitting projects, but ecologically they support the no net loss goal of ecological functions as well. It's important to me to see a project that my team has worked so hard on be doing so well ecologically, and that in 25 years it's going to continue to grow and diversify. And it'll be unrecognizable as this environment, kind of this refuge in the next 25 years.